time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace and former Ottawa Senator Jason York.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Coming In Hot. Brent Wallace alongside Jason York.
Good afternoon. Wally, I got shit going on in here today. I could just turn my camera, but I won't because I've got this all precisely measured up. I could show you what's surrounding me, Wally. There's just people everywhere. I've got the electricians here. I've got landscaping going on, plumbers in the basement, City of Ottawa doing an inspection. It's chaos.
I want to talk to the bylaw people. Are they there?
No, we don't need those people around here.
You must be violating something of some sort.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Nice to see you. This show is always brought to you by Bet365. Never ordinary Bet365. I appreciate you canceling your golf game today because we're expecting to get Tyler Cleven onto the show. We're just waiting for him to log in.
What's Tyler's nickname? What's his handle? What does he go by in the dressing room? Did you know, Wally, or is this a question for the show?
Well, it's a question because I think there's like Clev.
Clev Dog?
I'm just curious. Sometimes, though, Yorkie, as you know, there's a public nickname and then there's the actual nickname. Like Philly, Chris Phillips was always called Big Rig, but
yeah,
in public, he was Philly for a long time.
Yeah. He was Philly. Yeah, he. Did we call him Big Rig in the early days? The Big Rig, I think, came later on. I think it came later on in some of those playoff series when Philly stepped up and had some of those big playoffs.
I feel like it was the New Jersey series, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And anyway, so that's what. So there's always those behind the scenes nicknames. So maybe he's got one. And it's still another 72 days before the Cup final starts. So we'll.
It feels like that, right?
So
why you're a TV guy? Why are we waiting so long? Is it? I heard Edmonton's rink wasn't available for a day or two. I heard NBA basketball conflicts. I heard they just want to build up the drama. What is the real reason, or is there various reasons?
Well, there's always you got to get on a Saturday night to be in Canada for the dollar amounts,
but they're not. They're starting on a Wednesday night.
I know, but eventually, they'll what's game 4? I don't remember the schedule at this point.
Yeah.
But there's the building issues, and then for the when the trip started becoming, I feel like 2018, 19, somewhere in there, they started doing that 3-day break in between travel days.
Yeah.
It's awful. I hate it. It just makes everything so much longer.
The problem now is and the hockey's great. Whoever watches can be great, but people you lose the momentum. Like a little bit of the interest wanes away, unless you're like the host city or you're a fan of that particular team. But you kind of lose the casual fan that was hooked. Like these playoffs have been outstanding. Now it's like, hold on, there's no playoffs on right now.
6 days, Yorkie?
Yeah. I think they dropped the ball a little bit on that one. Like you lost some momentum. It'll still be good. Like, well, we're gonna watch, but I'm just saying for the casual fan,
the weather gets nicer. It now becomes a secondary thought.
Agreed. So yeah, I think if you could do it again, you wouldn't have this break. But is it? So you said the number one reason is the building availability? Is that the number one reason?
I haven't gone back and looked at Edmonton's building, but I did hear something about there's something.
Yeah. I heard that too. I heard Florida's fine. Like Florida, let's go. We expected to be here. Hey, let's go.
We got this all booked off. Is it? Let me see here. I don't know if I have this right. I don't want to. I'll look it up later because I don't want to say something that's not right. I think they have a couple of shows.
Who? What are you talking about? You're talking what's going on in that head of yours?
Well, because you don't do any prep work, I'm just starting to do it now. And I don't know if I'm on the right page, so I don't want to know.
I'm a little busy right now.
Fair enough.
I'm busy getting
it's fair.
I'm busy getting the dust and sanding wood chips out of my chest right now. Oh, You know when you paint, Wally, and you gotta, because to do a good job, you gotta sand and you need sand, but that sand goes, the sanding goes somewhere. It goes into the air, and I think I've got paint. There's a new thing out there right now. It's called painter's cough. I've got painter's cough right now. It's been going on for a week and a half. It's just like nestled right there, right on the top of the lung. Right there, painter's cough.
You gotta prep the. There's people that don't prep the walls find out really quickly.
You gotta prep. The painters we have are great. They're great with the prep. Steve's doing a bang up job.
We do have some other work to. Oh, you know what? Let me just tell you, the winner for the bobblehead is. I had it. No, I just got to get it back.
This is the Mike Fisher bobblehead?
No, this is the Mark Mathot bobblehead.
Oh, the
yesterday. Ethan Hamilton is the winner of the bobblehead, but we do have the Mike Fisher print today that we're going to have to give away. And I'm trying to think of what we do for a question. Now, here's the only thing. You have to pick it up in Stittsville. I'm not mailing this because it'll just get destroyed.
That's a beautiful print. It's like majestic, Wally. Fish looks kind of like a Greek god there. You know, it's like, look at that. Who did that? Who's responsible
it looks very
for
Tony
this?
Harris-ish, right? Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'll have to ask Fish where it is, but it looks very Tony Harris. Like,
is Fish got no visor in that one picture? I'm trying to see.
No, he didn't play at the beginning of his career with a visor.
That's right. Yeah. He was, for those that remember Mike Fisher when he played for the Sens, one of the nicest but toughest, meanest guys in the game. So nice, doesn't swear, doesn't really drink, lives a very clean life, but man, he could fight, Wally, and hit hard. But I used to call him the Christian Gladiator. It's like
pound for pound, the toughest guy I ever saw. Like, he didn't lose a fight.
Just a beautiful human being too, eh? Like, if you were a girl, like, there's nothing wrong with this guy. Like, he's got the piercing blue eyes. He's good. He's a great guy. He's good looking. Well, he did pretty well for himself. I think he's doing pretty good in Nashville right now, being a house dad, Wally, for Carrie Underwood.
She's lucky she found him.
Yeah. It's crazy how that works, eh? Like I think they met. I think their agent set up the meeting, if I believe this as the story goes. She was in town for a concert, and their agent set up a meeting. Is that the story, Wally? Is that how it happened?
Somebody set it up. I think it's agent, but somehow that there was people that set them up. Yeah. So, and then they continue to talk afterwards.
Yeah, had a lot in common, and there you go. Now Fish is living in Nashville, and how old was he when he retired? He was still pretty young, wasn't he?
Well, he's still young.
He seemed like he had a few miles left in the tank when he retired, but hey,
he battled a lot of injuries down the stretch, though.
Yeah, we all do.
Remember, he came back at the end to play in the playoffs for Nashville, right?
Yeah, and he was good. Yeah, he's such a good playoff player, man.
He's in 1980. Oh wait, his birthday's I think he's June 5th.
You know, it would be a great question. Like, name the all-time Sens team of players went off to play in other teams and were really good.
Oh, really good. Oh, so we start with Mark Stone, or we just leave that alone?
Mark Stone, Erik Karlsson.
But Eric was good here.
Yeah, but he went off to get over 100 points in San Jose.
Yeah, but he was another Norris Trophy winner. There's another Philip Gustafson, Robin Leonard.
Just players that had lots left and continued to do very well in the league. Well, Mark Stone, obviously.
Yeah.
Carl's in that list. Oh, Marian Hossa.
Like, where do you put Nick Foligno or Antoine Vermette?
So my starting team right now,
Hossa.
Just going off the top of my list, Marian Hossa's obviously starting on that team. Stone's on the other wing. Carl's playing on one of the points. And who do you fill out that team? There's some homework for our good listeners right now. Put together your all-time Sens traded away team.
There's some pretty good players.
Some great players out there. Great players.
Well, we're people. Let me just dig the knife in. Jacob Chikrin.
yeah. He had a good year. Yeah, and he's got lots left in the tank. Yeah, but I still like that trade. Well, I still like that trade for all parties involved. And I know, for me, Jensen was an integral piece of helping change culture, winning ways, winning habits, helping Thomas Chabot, like just stable. Like, look at Chabot's season, just a great season. I know Jensen's now hurt, and who knows what, he should come back, and he's older, but this was just such an important season for the Senators to get in the playoffs, and more importantly, Wally, re-engaging the fan base. You couldn't go on the way it was going on under the old regime, and it's just these changes usually don't happen this quick, and big reason was guys like Jensen, guys like Amadio, even a guy like Cousins, who didn't play a lot, but just this was the problem with the Sens team, amongst many other teams that in the past that didn't do well. They didn't have enough good pros surrounding the core of the team. Who else I'm forgetting? David Perron. Just all those guys coming in.
Yeah,
were just it was huge, and Jensen's a big part of that.
But the core also needed to get better.
The core needed to get better, but you can't. This was the first time in a long time. Like, here's an example. Before Ottawa brought in, who was that little center they brought in that ended up in Carolina, kind of a shorter forward, really slow.
How long ago?
It was like 3 or 4 years ago. Ended up in Carolina after that year. He just wasn't. He wasn't good anymore.
Step on.
He ended up there. Yeah, like those were the types of players they were bringing in.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just a bad job of evaluating who to bring in, because that's really important. Like, drafting is obviously important, but then when it's bringing in the pieces that fit to help finish that puzzle off for you. Yeah. Where, he had a great career, Derek Stepan, but he was exactly what they didn't need. Like, a guy that's not the hardest of workers. I don't want to shit on Derek Stepan, but you know what I mean. Like, you compare him.
I agree.
Like guys like that
made no sense. Cedric Paquette was another one in that group.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think I'm saying this a lot these days. Here's the thing. There's lots of guys that play in the league that at the end of their career, they just want to get a couple more years in because it's a great life. You make lots of money and you want to continue on. Those types of players you don't want on your team because they're not going to help you win. And the tricky thing with pro scouting and being a general manager and a decision maker, you got to sift through these players and do your homework and make sure you bring the right ones in. It's really, really important. And the point I'm coming back to make here is Jensen is one of those guys. Great pro, self-starter, works really hard, is a great piece, just like David Perron, just like Amadio. And that's the difference. Like, there's lots of Derek Stepans in the league, and you don't want those types of guys. And I feel like I shouldn't be shitting on him, but it's just, he was the wrong person. And there were many players like that Ottawa would bring in those past years. It just made no sense.
All right, let's since he's hopped on, he's busy today and he's got lots going on. So let's get right to Tyler Kleven. Hang on, Jake, can you run the promo?
The Sens Summer Series.
Tyler Kleven, nice to see you, sir.
Tyler Kleven, what do we call you? Wally and I were just discussing, what is your official nickname? Like, what do we address you by? Clev Dog? Clev Bomb? Like, what are you going with?
Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties here. Okay, sorry, there we go. Hopefully the Wi-Fi.
It's all good.
Can I get that question one more?
What are the boys in the locker room? What is your handle? What do you go by? Is it just Clev? Like, what's the nickname?
Just Clev. Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, just Clev. see some nicknames on the internet sometimes, but I'm a pretty simple guy. Everyone calls me Clev. So
Nothing from junior that maybe used to be called that maybe kind of got forgotten. Always Clev.
yeah, I mean, I don't really. I mean, just the guys around the locker room, they don't walk up to me and say anything crazy. So I know, like on the internet, people say certain things, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I usually just go by Clev, so that's usually
All right, we'll call you Clev.
Don't believe anything you read on the internet.
No.
But congrats, by the way, on a new deal. I guess that's got. Just tell me how it feels to get that done.
Yeah, it feels great, especially this early into the summer, and just gives me the ability to know where I'm going to be at for the next 2 years, and I can focus on just training and life now rather than trying to stress about like where my job's going to be, and super thankful that Ottawa believes in me and gave me 2 years to help contribute to the team, and I can't wait to be back at the CTC.
Yeah. Hey, Tyler, you pay attention to what people are talking. You just talk about the internet, but I really thought you played your best hockey of the season in the playoffs. You looked so confident. You look like a guy that just took another step come playoff time. What do you attribute to? Because there's way more pressure. It's a tougher game. There's less space, but you seem to just rise to the occasion. Any reason or anything you can point to that of how things just evolved for you that way?
I don't know. I just thought that in the playoffs, I could just play more of my style. It's hard to play, super physical and be, just the style that I play for 82 games. It's just like you can't really do that. But in the playoffs, on every single game, is life or death. I thought that I could be more physical, and the game is much simpler in the playoffs as well. Like guys are just trying to chip pucks in and go on the forecheck, and I play a very simple game, I feel like, and maybe the playoffs are more they kind of go with my style that I like to play a little bit more, and I think that it was a really good learning year for us in the playoffs. Game one, I think the entire room was really nervous, and but by game 2, 3, I thought that we kind of settled in, and we started to play our game, and it was a great experience.
I don't know if you want to talk about it, but how long did it take for this contract to get done? Like, was it pretty quick, or has it been discussed before even the season ended?
No, it was honestly very quick. I had discussions with my agency, like right after the season ended, and I didn't really hear back from much, and until late last week, we kind of started discussions, and I think we had a discussion maybe Thursday, and by Saturday we knew what we were doing. So, I can't wait, and I'm thankful to get it done early.
How did you celebrate, or did you go out to dinner? Did you do anything?
Well, I was out at the lake pretty much when I signed, so I have all my friends out there, and my family was around me as well, and I made some phone calls thanking some people, and just being thankful that they were along with me along the journey, and to help me get to this point. I was very thankful for that, and that was really cool, and we had some dinner, and that's pretty much my whole celebration there. And yeah.
Did you have specialized bottled water?
What?
These guys now
Specialized
drink
bottled water.
Yeah.
What?
There's that bottle of water that you guys now drink in the room. right? I'll say it's got the brown label.
Brown label. Sounds like a beer.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's a Toronto company. We don't even have bottled water like that in North Dakota here. So, yeah, I mean we're pretty simple. We're not like, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna change up my lifestyle too much. And yeah, I mean stick what I'm used to.
Fair enough. So you just brought up about the 82 games in the grind, and normally, and guys in their first couple of years will see like a lull, right? I'll say January, like mid part of the season, because it gets to be long and you're not used to it. Did you notice any part of that, or were you able to ride that wave pretty good? I looked at your ice times, and they didn't really dip. Your play didn't seem to dip a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely stretches throughout the season that are a little bit grindier, and thought that I learned that, as the season went on. You're playing 3 or 4 times a week, and you're traveling, and you get home at 2 a.m. and you gotta go to bed, and you don't really sleep very good after a game all the time, and you gotta learn how to, strategize your sleep and your nutrition, and your family time, and when you want to make a phone call back home, just stuff like that, little stuff like that. And but like, I think our stretch right before Christmas was a bit of a grind. We were out in Seattle and Calgary and Vancouver, and we just played a bunch of games at home and just be on the road a lot. That was a bit of a grind, and maybe a couple other stretches throughout the season when we had a pretty heavy schedule. But I mean, I enjoyed it, and I mean, you're not always going to be playing 100% when you're playing 82 games in a year. So you got to find ways to make yourself useful, and yeah, I thought that it was a learning experience on that part for sure this year.
Tyler, do you have the same roommate all the time, or do you guys rotate on the road?
Ridley Gregg was my roommate on the road for the majority of the year. I had Zach Ostapchuk too a little bit, but those two are my main roommates.
Is Greg as quiet off the ice as he is on the ice? Because it's the running joke on the ice. Every guy we have on says he pisses everybody off on the ice, but doesn't speak, which I find hilarious because most guys that play his style are chirpers, right? But off the ice, you guys get into it? Like, is he a guy that likes to chat, or is he just as quiet?
Yeah, I mean, we went to plenty of dinners this year. Like, I don't know. I just look at him like he's a normal guy. Like, we snap it around off the ice all the time, just chatting, and he's a great guy. And but on the ice, I mean, I love the way that he plays too. Like, he's not afraid to rough it up, and he's not like, he might not be the most verbal, but like, guys know that he's on the ice, and you got to keep your head up when he's out there. And I mean, that makes him so valuable. And everyone wants a guy that can play physical and put the puck in the net, and we can throw him on power play, and he's a very good penalty killer. So I mean, he's I'm glad that he's with us for the next 4 years. And I mean, he's so valuable.
Tyler, we had Mark Mathod on with us yesterday, and Math played a similar game to you, big guy, physical, and he made the comment yesterday. Well, I don't know if you remember, he thought that you and Matt and Paolo were the steadiest defense pair during the playoffs, and you guys just seemed to grow some chemistry as the year went on, right? Like two big guys. Like, how you guys just seem to know where each other are. And I don't know, to me, I agree with Meth. You guys both looked very comfortable in the playoffs.
Oh, thank you. Well, I don't know. I just, like I said earlier, I think that the playoffs, it kind of just, everything gets simplified a little bit more. Like, guys are, given that extra effort to get in their spot. It's like, I go back for the puck. Guys are working back that much harder for me to break out pucks. And,
Makes a difference.
you dump pucks, go forecheck, and, it's not so much of a skill game in the playoffs. Like, it's, get pucks to the net, and guys are crashing the net. And, I mean, that's kind of our game though. Like we don't really go out there. You don't see us skating from, goal line to goal line every game. So, I think that, just playing a simple game, we played together in Belleville last year in the playoffs and throughout the regular season. And then I got some games up here with him this year, and I like the way that he plays. He plays similar to me in a way. And I think that we both have the same mindset going into games, and we always talk. And I mean, he's a great guy off the ice as well. And I mean, I'm happy for him to sign his contract that he did.
Tyler, I don't know if you guys talked about this in the first couple games against the Leafs. You guys, especially on defense, it seemed Toronto was doing a great job of blocking shots. Like you guys were having a tough time getting shots through. But as the series went on, and you in particular, it seemed you guys were getting it back right away and just one-timing pucks and not giving them a chance to get into the shooting lanes. I'm just curious, did you guys make some adjustments as that series went along? Because it seemed they were just clogging, and once they got in the lanes, it was tough. But you in particular, like you got a couple of shots through that turned into goals. Like, was that something conscious you guys were taking note of as that series went on?
Yeah, I mean, well, we played those guys, a couple times during the regular season, and you never really know what to expect when you get into playoffs. But as soon as the playoffs started, we definitely had to make some adjustments. And like we've never really, none of us have really been in the playoffs, and we didn't know like what to expect. But they were selling out every single shift, and I mean, we didn't want to kill plays by getting shots blocked and causing turnovers and stuff like that. So, I mean, as long as we can get the puck to the net and try to create a rebound for one of our forwards to knock in, I guess we try to do that more. But
the reverse hit, have you been sent that a million times on your phone?
People talk about that one a little bit back home. Yeah.
Who was that? Who'd you get there? Who was it again?
That was Steven Lorenz behind the net.
That was nasty.
I don't know. I saw him coming. Like I just knew like either I was gonna get hit or I was gonna have to brace myself. And he's a big boy. He likes to throw around the body himself. And I don't know. I just saw him out of the corner of my eye coming behind the net, and I just knew like I just had to brace for myself. And sometimes when you can make the initial contact, it can go in your favor. So guys reverse hit all the time, and it's a skill that you gotta do over time. Like it's hard to do. Doesn't always work out, but I mean that was a good physical play.
Lev, you're a young guy, so I don't know. This guy's way before your time. I'm just wondering, has Bomber ever had you watch any video on Rob Blake? Do you remember a guy named Rob Blake? He played for the LA Kings. You got to watch some of his old school videos of the reverse hits. He used to lead with his ass and just blow guys up. I don't know. Have you ever seen any of his videos? Oh, we lose him?
I'm not sure. The North Dakota Wi-Fi isn't that strong.
I think it's like the old makes that little scratchy voice when you log in. It's like the old school
the dial-up.
The dial-up. But it's true. Like if anybody listening right now or watching, go watch some of Rob Blake's YouTube hits. Like he used to just annihilate guys. He'd come across, well, I remember with his big ass and just nail guys. Just kind of remind me of that reverse hit that Cleven did in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I'm a big believer in guys watching video on other guys, and you just learn so much.
He'll be back.
It's the dial up. He's dialing up again.
Well, so I feel bad. I think that's why I wanted to check with him. You jumped right in on the nickname. I wasn't prepared for that. In the nerd report, I had questions laid out, and he's getting back. I think he started skating today.
That's great. Yeah, that's good. It's so good, Wally, just to get that contract out of the way. He's got a nice 2-year deal. He's happy. it just gives you stability as a young player. Your confidence is going to go up. The playoff he just had is huge.
Yeah.
He's going to come back this year and be more confident, better shape. I think he's going to have an awesome year. Health's always a big thing if he stays healthy, but I
want to ask him the motivation part, right? Of signing that deal.
Yeah,
So he goes from just being on the team or trying to make it, because his first 2 years he played 15 games, 17 games. And then right? Like you don't even know going into the last year if you're going to be on the team. So
no, it's nerve wracking. Like I remember as a young guy, I'd be coming to the rink to see if my name tag was still up. Like you're nervous and you're always kind of unsettled. And then I remember when I got my first contract, kind of like Tyler, you're like, but you don't step off the gas. It actually makes you work harder because you want to keep proving yourself and get better. And this, like I said, that playoff's going to be huge for him because I thought he was great. I thought he was really good. And we watched him, Wally. We kept commenting on him.
Well, yeah, and I know he can probably. I'm going to let him get settled here, but he just looked really, really comfortable
with the puck. Yeah,
like the 5-year veteran type, and that's what confidence is amazing.
Confidence is 75-80% of the game. Everyone's got skill. Everyone can skate. It's between your ears.
All right, let's bring him back on, which I now think he's home.
There you go.
Clev, what kind of internet are you working there? You got the old dial-up speed going?
Yeah, I was chilling in my car because it's so nice outside right now, and my phone overheated somehow. So I ran inside, and my apologies on that one.
No,
I've never seen that happen. So
we appreciate interrupting the middle of your summer, and that. So I know you've started training again. I want to get to that, and we were just talking about, and I wanted to ask you, signing that deal, does it give you a world of confidence coming into camp where before you didn't even know if you were going to be on the team to start this season? I'm just curious the mindset change of the way you're going to approach the summer because of your deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think that everything is earned and it's not given. So, like, I mean, it's nice that I have a 2-year contract, but, I still think that I need to have a really big summer, and I need to focus on, a lot of things, and I need to come into camp the way that I left this season. I thought that I was in a good spot when I was in the playoffs there, and I felt comfortable going back for pucks, and I'd like to start the season like that next year. And I mean, I can't sit at home now and do nothing. Like I gotta, keep getting better every single day. And I mean, I think that, I can, focus a little bit more on like nutrition, like that kind of stuff this summer. And, it's nice to just know where I'm going to be for the next 2 years. And, but no, I think that I got a long ways to go, and I don't think that I'm close to where I want to be at the end of my career. So
Tyler,
do you eat anything weird now, like with your nutrition? Do you have like beef liver hearts? Do you kill small animals and eat them raw? Like, do you anything?
No, I don't have any like Jacob Chikrin or Jake's stories, but no, I'm a pretty normal guy. Just same things. Just meat, vegetables, a little bit of fruit, and I mean that's pretty much my stuff. I don't really go off the board like that. So,
guys, the Liver King's a fraud. I watched his. Do you ever watch the Liver King, Clev? The guy that was on that liver only diet and he was super jacked. They got a Netflix thing on it. It was all a fraud. He was on the juice.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably tell that. I don't think that anyone can really get to be that jacked without taking some extra supplements. So, I've never really tried liver, but I don't really plan on it either. So,
who's do you have your own guy that you work with in the summer, or do you work with Jeremy, and or they put together a plan for you?
I've been working with Jeremy quite a bit as of late, but I have a program back home that I'm going to do with I train with Will Borgen and Cody Aiskinen. Cody played college hockey and was playing pro over Germany, and then Will's he was with Seattle and now he's with the Rangers. So I think that just watching Will Borgen, I like the way that he plays, and I think that, I can, some of his game resembles mine. And, I think that they're a great, duo to train with. And, I mean, we just started this week. So, yeah.
Have you started skating again?
Yeah. Yeah. I started skating like probably 2 weeks ago. Nothing that crazy, but just, I liked where I was at the end of the year, and it takes some time to, get your edges to be in a certain spot that you like, and how the puck feels on your stick. So I didn't really want to lose that too much, but I mean, we've just been skating 2 times a week.
It's changed so much, eh? Like, Clev, I used to not skate until like end of August. I would feel awful. I'm like, no wonder. Like, you guys are all like, is there any pro now not doing edge work, not doing all this stuff? Because if you don't, you kind of fall behind, right?
Yeah, I mean, I heard some of the older guys might not skate as much, but I think that the new hockey culture is like just skating almost year round. Like, I mean, I grew up playing in North Dakota here, and we'd play all winter long, and then we'd have like a 1 or 2 month break, and then summer hockey would get going, and you'd play hockey every single weekend in Minneapolis. And I mean, I think that I'm kind of used to just skating year round, and it definitely feels weird when I take a lot of time off. So,
hey, why? You've probably been asked this question, but I've never heard you answer. Like, I haven't heard the answer. Why does University of North Dakota develop so many players? Like, what's going on there?
well, I mean, you can't really go wrong with the Ralph Engelstad Arena. I think that I think it's the best arena in college hockey for sure, and I think that it competes with some NHL rinks even. I think that it's an unbelievable spot for development. The coaching staff there, and the culture, and I think that, when I was there, we were number one in the nation at times, and people want to go where winning is a priority, and I think that you want to go there and you want to win a national championship, and I think that's the best spot to play college hockey at. So,
don't you have like a Himalayan salt bath or something? Like, there's some wild like a hyperbaric. I don't know. Tell me the nonsense that you guys have there.
We got like a cryo chamber, which is like, it gets
Come on.
cold.
You guys got a cryo chamber there?
Listen, Yorkie, this is much better than Ottawa's room. I'm telling you right now. It is amazing. Sorry, go ahead. Tyler. Oh, yeah.
We had a red light therapy bed. I mean, Spit and Chicklets just went there middle of the season and did like a 25-minute video on the weight room and the rink and the locker room and the recovery room. And there's so much going on there. And Grand Forks is kind of a smaller city. I think that there's like 50,000 people there, and there's really not much other to do there than play hockey. So the whole city loves hockey, and I mean, you go there and you're pretty focused on hockey. So
it's basically just a factory that develops and creates hockey players down an assembly line. You got the best of the best of the best. That's unbelievable. Red light therapy. That's crazy.
Yorkie's going to become an assistant coach there.
Oh, I need some red light. Does red light therapy even work, Clev?
I didn't really believe in it, but now I'm kind of starting to buy into it a little bit more. And I don't know, anything that you can get like that 1% edge, like people are doing, and I mean, if that's going to help you out in the long run, you might as well do it. So,
a couple of quick questions. I don't want to keep you. There's a lot of chatter of maybe moving you to the right side. I know you're not Travis Green. I'm not trying to get you to comment. Are you comfortable playing the right side? Because I know you did some in North Dakota.
I think that there's benefits to playing on either side. I think that like it just takes time to understand how everything's works over on that side. But I mean, I play pretty freely, and if I end up on the right side, it really doesn't affect me. And when I'm on the right side, I get to rip some more one-timers. And, I think that it might be easier picking pucks off the walls sometimes. And you got to use your backhand a little bit more, but I don't think that's too big of a problem. But I don't know. I wouldn't really mind getting thrown out there on the right side. It wouldn't really affect me, I don't think.
I always found the biggest adjustment, because I'm a righty, if I went to the left side, when guys are coming down on me, it's where you stand to have the guy, so you have the inside of the ice. Besides that, that was the only adjustment I had. Is that ever an issue with you defending guys of where you're positioned on the ice, because your stick's in a different place, right, on the other side of the ice?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably argue that, like, when you're coming down, if I'm on the right side, I'm a lefty, I can use my reach goes that much farther when I
That's right. Yeah.
Versus I have to go cross body on the other side. I mean, you could argue that, but I don't know. We work on our gaps to be really tight all the time, and I get thrown over on the right side, and I've done it my whole life, and I don't think that it'd be that crazy of an adjustment. So
Wally is petition. He's starting the petition right now. Cleven on the right side.
I am not. There's a lot of people in the chat asking the question. There's also they're asking a couple of things. One about the playoff atmosphere and what it was like for you to experience Ottawa as fans in the playoffs.
Oh, that was absolutely unbelievable. That was one of the coolest atmospheres, if not the coolest I've ever been a part of. And, I think I've played in a lot of hockey games over the course of my career, and that was like right up there, if not the coolest experience I've ever had. The fans are absolutely unbelievable, and they're so rowdy, and they're with us every step of the way. And even when we lost, cheering us on, and I mean, it was really cool to have them supporting us. And we just want to keep bringing that playoff hockey into June. So
you picked up an assist in your first NHL game. I believe you assisted on a goal from Claude Giroux. It took you 39 games to score. Were you ever pressing just to get one in?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think so. I mean, I thought in college, like I was, I could score goals, but I don't know. It's just, I hit the post several times, and, the crossbar, or just like the puck goes across the crease, and just stuff like that was happening. But once the first one went in, I was, super happy, and kind of a relief off my shoulders. But yeah, I'd like to see a couple more hopefully going next year.
Is Linus Ullmark at all intimidating on the ice, because he is very verbal?
He's an absolute giant in the net. I've shot pucks on a lot of goalies, and just the way that he practices, and the angles that he gives you, like when you're shooting on him, like there's not much there, and you have to have a really good shot for it to go in. So I mean, it's very nice to have a guy like that behind you, and I have all the faith in the world in that guy, and I mean, he's been absolutely awesome for us this year.
Is he ever intimidating though? Perhaps if you screen him or something, have you felt the wrath?
Like, is he intimidating? Like, am I intimidated by him?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm intimidated by him, but he's definitely a big guy, and maybe if you didn't know him, and you'd be a little bit more intimidated just by the size of him. But I know him too well off the ice now, where I don't think that he really intimidates me. But
he intimidates Wally in the scrums, because you're always nervous to ask him a question.
A little bit. I'm also not 6'5" like Tyler. I know you may not want to discuss this. It's in the chat, so you can pass on it. And I apologize, because we may have been the ones that started it, the tree branch story.
That's just a stupid story, and a tree branch fell on my head, and that was pretty much it. Like, we were at a team get together in Dallas, and like literally just came out like we were on a picnic table and it just came crashing down, and like I couldn't believe it happened, and I was kind of in shock because I couldn't believe that happened. So that's kind of all that was. But
Yeah, I'm not laughing at you because you did tell me it was actually painful. Like it caught you pretty good. So I apologize if I ever made fun of it.
But didn't the tree branch? Didn't somebody keep it and they were going to hand it out for like player of the game or something? Like, wasn't that the story?
Yeah.
I mean, we probably had a couple too many drinks that night. Some of the guys in that, but that was a team bonding moment, and I mean they're just saying that to be funny, but I don't think that was really that serious, but
fair enough. The rookie dinner. I don't know when you had yours. I don't know if it was in the first 2 years. Were you at all concerned of how it may play out financially for you? Did you have backup?
I had, it wasn't that Dallas. That was where it was. So it was that night, and I mean, I had probably 6 guys there that were all helping for the bill, and I mean, it was definitely. I mean, it wasn't cheap, but I don't think that we'll lose sleep over it. So
fair enough. I don't want to keep you. Is there things that you like to do in Ottawa? Like, what does Tyler Cleven like to do in his downtime?
Well, we don't really have a ton of downtime
in
Ottawa, but I like exploring the city a little bit. Like, there's some nice restaurants that I like to take my girlfriend or my friends or my family out to, and I like that there's a lot of like nature paths out there too. Like you go for a walk or something like that, and you get to just see nature. And it's not like you're in a major city. Maybe golfing too. I love to check out all the courses, and I mean, there's so many nice courses there, and my handicap gets a little bit higher when I play there because they're a little bit tougher than the courses back here in Fargo. But I mean, I think that's a great city, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yorkie will take you golfing at the Royal Ottawa if you haven't gone yet.
Absolutely, anytime. Open invitation. Wally's not coming. He's terrible, Tyler. You know what you got to check out if you're a guy that likes hiking and biking? Have you been up to Pink Lake in the Gatineau Hills?
I've not. I've only been to the Nordique area in Gatineau and like the Kona Spa or whatever. I've been.
Yeah, it's nice, eh? But just if you go across that same bridge, you go up to the Gatineau Park and Pink Lake. Take your bike up there. Just a great view up there. Put that on your list when you get back. It's a must do. Pink Lake.
Cool.
Finally, are you a expert angler? What is the fish of choice that you go fishing? And are you one to maybe head to Florida or whatever and go like big game fishing?
No, I'd love to do that. We were thinking about doing that this year, but just back home here, we go up to Lake of the Woods. It's between Fargo and Winnipeg, and we go walleye fishing and catch northerns, and there's some bass up there too, but mainly walleye. I go out there with my buddies, and my dad, we grew up going out there on the fishing boat and having a good time out there. So lots of memories doing that. And I liked fishing for walleye.
Ottawa has some of the best muskie fishing in the world, by the way. If you haven't done it, I do know a fishing guide, Brad Snopley, who's a former CFL All-Star, can take you out anytime. Awesome. All right. I want you to have a good summer. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day. So thanks, Tyler, and congrats on the new deal.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you guys for having me on. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you in the fall, my friend. Take care.
Yeah, take care, Tyler.
Tyler Cleven, newly minted Tyler Cleven.
Yeah, that was good. I thought you said he was great. Quiet. Yeah,
I didn't say anything, Yorkie.
He's getting more comfortable.
No, he's like we sit and chat in the room a bit. Like he's not as you can tell, really loud and but he's
easy
he's
going
very
guy.
cerebral. You know what? He's a lot of Chris Phillips.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good comparison. Reminds me a lot of Philly. Obviously,
But
big
if you
guy.
get Philly
Oh,
on a night out,
listen, when Philly was young, around Tyler's age, we used to have team parties. Philly used to we used to get the guitar out and start singing Garth Brooks and Wade
friends in low
Reddy would get
places.
there with them. Yep. Terrible singer, but always I give him effort. Not shy to try.
Okay, I gotta do some work before I get in trouble. This show brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers. We're way behind. Get custom ring building delivered in less than 4 weeks with the Charm Masterpiece program. Charm Diamond Centers is proudly Canadian owned and operated since 1972 with more than 85 locations across the country. So anywhere you need to get to, there's a store around. Don't pay until 2026. Apply for the Charm Diamond Flexity card today and get approved for no interest financing. For more information, go to charmdiamondcenters.com. Just Yorkie, I'm just going to get right through this. And by Merkley. Merkley is over a century of passion, expertise, and the highest quality masonry supply. They're home to the largest masonry boutique in Ontario, in Eastern Ontario. They're delivered to Ottawa, Kingston, Gatineau, Ottawa Valley, basically anywhere you need them to get you to. From Canada's Supreme Court to your home's front steps, no matter your project, Merkley is proud to set it in stone. If you're looking for stone, brick, landscaping products, or especially building supplies, count on Merkley Supply. MerkleySupply.com or visit their showroom in Hintonburg. Also by Gabriel Pizza, the official pizza of the Ottawa Senators and coming in hot. Download the Gabriel Pizza app and earn points with every order and unlock exclusive deals through the Gabriel Pizza perks. Go to GabrielPizza.com or check out the app for daily specials and, of course, playoff specials as well. Gabriel Pizza, bigger, better, Gabriel. And by Club EG. Coming in hot is brought to you by the City Match Play Championship. This Match Play Championship taking place in Ottawa is for all golfers of every skill level. There's some team divisions as well. You can enter any division that suits you and get matched up in a bracket-style match play golf tournament. That is, it's for Ottawa and the surrounding golfers. So check out citymatchplay.golf. Even if you shoot over 100, like I do, you can always compete against someone of similar skill. Check it out, citymatchplay.golf. A huge thank you to Tyler Cleven. So let's do quickly for the Mike Fisher print. Who did Tyler Cleven score his home goal against?
Ooh,
so he scored one goal at home in his career out of the 4. And I meant to ask him what it was like to score at home, but I didn't get a chance. Just tell me at cihsends@gmail.com. If you email coming in hot sends at gmail.com, it doesn't work. So cihsends@gmail.com. And now Yorkie, let's get to the deal. He gets a 2-year deal, $3.2 million. That ties up their entire their entire 6D. And I did the math today. It's 28%, I think, of the salary cap is for those 6 guys. Not bad. Like, that's a pretty good deal.
I do. I thought he was going to get more.
I know. Now I need to look it up again. There was a kid in Cam York. Is comparable to him, and he got basically the same kind of money, same kind of points. So the deal is not crazy.
No, I think
it's very good for Ottawa.
It's great for Ottawa, and it's just a 2-year deal. So for Tyler, if he plays really well after these 2 years, he's going to get a pretty big bump, and the cap will continue to go up. So no, this is good. Like you had a great finish to the year. You got a nice 2-year deal. Now come back and build upon what you've done. And like I said, I think he's going to have a really good year. He seems like he's in a great place. He had an outstanding finish to the season, and hopefully he has, and I think he will. He'll have a great summer at training, and just hit the ground running. So no, it's a great deal. Gives you some flexibility, and I still think there's, with Jensen's start to the season a little bit up in the air, or when he does come back, I still wouldn't be surprised if something else drops with the back end.
So I was told last week, and totally forgot to say it on Thursday's show, that I was told there would be news this week. So there'll be stuff to talk about, is what I was told. I don't know if this is it. I still think that there is something else to come this week.
I would think.
Is it Giroux? Maybe.
I think it's probably Claude Giroux because I know. Okay, hearing the same thing everybody else is that they're in talks with Giroux as well. So probably an announcement on him on what happens with his contract. But yeah, I think Ottawa, like one thing Steve Staios and Dave Poulin have shown is they're not afraid to make moves.
Yeah,
they made a lot. Like the Allmark move last year was huge.
Well, I think they made 8 moves last year.
They made a lot. Like they made a conscious effort. The biggest thing they wanted to do was they wanted to address the goaltending and they wanted to change the culture. And I think it's safe to say, I've said it a million times, the culture, there's been a total shift. They got better pros. They've got an identity now. They've got an excellent coaching staff. There's just some stability now. And now you continue to build. And it's gonna build just by young players maturing from the experiences they've had. And I said it a couple weeks ago, we were having this exact same conversation, especially the center ice position, Wally. All 3 of the main centers, Pinto, Stützle.
Okay, I got a question.
Are going to get better just by maturing and experience and getting older. That's what happens.
I have a question on the fourth line. Let me take care of this, and then we'll get to it.
Okay.
This show brought to you by Shoeless Joe's. Get ready, Canada. The playoffs are here. Check out Shoeless Joe's Sports Grill in Kempville and in Orleans as they're coming in hot. They're serving up fresh to made order dishes every day. And for a limited time, you can dive into their True North playoff menu packed with bold flavors and fan favorites. So head to Shoeless Joe Sports Grill for a family night out or just a night out, game day with friends. Shoeless Joe Sports Grill, Canada and Orleans. Shoeless Joe Sports Grill, proudly Canadian, always legendary. And by BEI, as we now start to get your landscaping done, give them a call, 613-432-1120, or go to bonasherexcavating.com, as they have a competitive pricing on aggregate, topsoil sales, custom crushing and screen. If you need stone, topsoil, whatever you need, they can do it. And you can also give them a shout about perhaps getting your laneway, if you call it, or driveway done. And of course, our show presented to you by Bet365. Get on the action for the Stanley Cup playoffs at Bet365. They got you. From game props to player props, totals, and the money line. You can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champions, and Stanley Cup champions, and much more. Whatever your bet's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app. Get in on the game. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. Ontario only. Sorry, I already said that one. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. Okay. Would you, Yorkie, sign Jonathan Taves as your fourth line center?
Yeah, I heard he's out there. What is Taves right now? Is he mid-30s?
38?
Oh, he's that old, eh? Boy. I don't think I don't know. Maybe Taves
He's
would
37.
Yeah. Would I? Probably not. Like I think last year I would have, as far as bringing in good pros. Like I think you kind of got that box checked with Claude Giroux, with David Perron.
But you need, I know, I get it. You got the veterans, but you need a fourth line center right now.
Yeah.
And if he played for the league minimum, would you give that a shot?
It's a great question. Like I haven't seen him skate. Like for me, one of the biggest issues with the forward group, if I'm addressing it and where I see there needs to be improvement, is you need more speed. And I don't know if Jonathan Taves, the addition, checks that box. I'm going to say no. Like, I don't see him coming in on your fourth line and playing a relentless, dogged, fight you to the, not that he's not a super competitive player, but he's going to be more of a guy that, like, I don't see him in that role.
I think he hasn't played in 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, that he would be a dog on a bone. That's what I think. He's an ultra competitor. He's a Hall of Famer.
I just said that he's ultra competitive. I see him more of a guy that when he has the puck, like he's got great skill, he can make plays. But for the fourth line, I want a guy that's just going to be playing like with speed and chasing down D and hard on guys and super fast.
Okay.
Like a guy that plays really physical too. Yeah, for me, he's more like a guy that goes to a team that's, I don't know. I just, without seeing him play in a long time, I don't see him in that role. And I want more size too. I want size and I want speed.
Is he not a good size here?
No, he's not that. He's a good size. He's 6 feet, maybe 6'1".
Yeah, he's got to be at least. He plays big. Like,
yeah.
So if he had,
well, he's 37 too. Like,
I understand.
How many 37-year-olds do you want on your team?
No, Yorkie, I understand it. I would be on the other side of no, this doesn't make sense. But I'm just saying, if he had the same kind of boots that he had 4 years ago, and I know that that's a long shot, I would consider it.
Yeah, listen, I am one of the biggest Jonathan Taves fans from when he was playing and what he could do and how he competed, and he was arguably the best. You could make an argument, the best two-way center in the game for numerous years in a row, but
no question.
It's just it's really hard to jump back in the league at this age. I'm sure he can, but I don't. Thinking with you springing that on me, I don't. I know. If I look around the league, like I look at guys, like who's an example of somebody I would say like you watch guys like what's his name who plays in Winnipeg, who they brought in at the end of the season, Tano's brother, like guys that just play like they just play relentless, fast, and their main goal is just to hunt defensemen, hit defensemen, chip in a little bit offensively. Yeah. Like those are guys like just fast. Like
he could think of John guy.
Yeah, but when you think of Taves, you don't. That's not what I think of. Like I want relentless puck hounds. That like look at the playoffs right now. I know. All right. And those are and that, like I said earlier when we were talking, like the job now is to find the perfect fits to the puzzle that are going to help Ottawa take that next step. But I really think they need to get faster, and I don't think adding another 37-year-old makes you faster.
Fair enough. I it's just an intriguing.
It's very intriguing.
I don't know what he's like. Is he refreshed after 2 years of not playing?
Like teams that should be after a guy like Jonathan Taves or teams that were in the situation Ottawa was in last year, searching for an identity, needing older guys to come in.
He's going back to Chicago.
It's probably a great fit for him. Like Chicago's a perfect fit for him. Or like a team.
You know what?
It might be a team like San Jose. A team like San Jose.
Utah, maybe.
A team like Utah.
Although you know what? I think. What if he was Florida's fourth line center?
Yeah. I don't know. Like he's not
Detroit.
Detroit. He could be a decent fit.
Buffalo.
But that was when you listened to Steve Staios talk last summer before he made those moves. It was like those are the guys he was bringing in, and they've been brought in, and that to me has been fixed on this team is how you go about your daily business, what kind of pro you are, what kind of example you do, your presence in the locker room. David Perron, Amadio, Jensen, helping guys like Giroux, just more of those guys. And I think they've got enough of those guys. I said, I want to see more speed, and I'd like to see a little more size if possible. And on the blue line too, if you're going to make a move on the blue line, bring a rangy guy in. Like look at the playoffs. Big guys that can move. That's what's getting it done in the playoffs. And if Ottawa wants to take the next step, big guys that can play with pace, and you got to have some skill too. So yeah, for me it's a no.
It's fair. Like it's an interesting debate.
Yeah.
If he had the wheels, that's all it is for me.
And maybe he does. Maybe he does. He does. We'll see.
Thursday we're on the show in the afternoon because you guys requested, and so we have commandeered Peter Schaefer to join the show Thursday.
Oh, now we're talking, Wally. We got Schaefer on.
He's excited.
Is he going to wear the fur coat? Is he going to wear the fur coat?
I don't know. I have lots of questions, but his kid just got drafted into the Dub, and so last week he was with training camp for the Dub. So lots to discuss with Peter.
One of my all-time favorite Ottawa Senators, Peter Schaefer.
I know that's it. So I should see what the text says, because when I first reached out, he was. I thought it was close. Maybe I'm wrong. He was like, absolutely, I can't wait to join. So
right on.
We will get him on the show. And Yorkie's a legend. Appreciate you reaching out.
Shafe knows.
Love to connect with both of you. So yeah,
Shafe knows what's up, Wally.
Called you a legend.
Yeah, good dude. I always when I was playing in Boston and we'd play against that line of Schaefer, Fisher, and Neal. They were tough to play against. But Shafe was always good for a little chit chat on the ice. You could line up at the face off. What's going on, Shafe? Just being friendly.
Shannon says, I met him once at Chio. He made fun of me for wearing a Wade Redden jersey. That sounds about right.
Right on.
We'll get lots to talk about. So we'll see you Thursday, 3 p.m. Until then, have a great couple of days, everybody.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.